Welcome back to Let's Play Castlevania 3. Last time we left off, we took Trevor through Stage 1, up the clock tower, and came back down as Grant. Now, we're going to continue along through the stages, and then we'll reach our first fork in the road. That's where I'll save state, and now, let's keep going. I don't know the name of this track myself, but I do enjoy it. I know most of the tracks in the game, just not this one specifically. These owls were the bane of my existence back when I was first learning to play this game. I never could quite figure out when, in their animation, you could kill them. Now I know that it's right after they begin to rise, after they spread their wings. They're pretty interesting enemies, if a bit predictable, which is why I think it sucks that that's the only room they're in the game. And there we see our first Flea Man, and the first Red Skeleton. Actually no, first Flea Man, what am I saying? We fought him in the first level. Nice job, Kenta. Kill that guy. Another Flea Man. I like the Stormcloud Ouija here, even if it's a bit vague as to what they really meant it for it to be. That's what verifies it was storm clouds to me, is the lightning. And down here is what I mentioned earlier, the first fork in the road. Now, later in the LP we'll be coming back here. However, for now, switch our save state, save here, and we'll continue on to the top path. This stage continues to have the same music as the previous. Damn birds. So I like the flying enemies that are the worst in any Castlevania game. These jellyfish are a fair exclusion though. They don't cause too much trouble as long as you're careful. Seeing as the fact you can even, as they split, you can still run right through them. So it's not really any big deal. And there we see our first skeleton with a whip. I like to pretend that they're the ancestors, well maybe not ancestors, but people vaguely related to Belmonts who tried to fight Dracula before. And here's another. Too many pseudo-Belmonts. Axes are nice for taking out those spiders. I hate the little spiders they throw out, so they can be really hard to dodge, depending on how you get screwed. Like that. That was probably just carelessness on my part, really. And now, we're going to face the boss of Stage 3. I don't remember his name, I think he's just the Cyclops. Fill up our health, because why not? This is one of the bosses that Grant totally nerfs. Let him hit you once, and you can just hop up on this block, proceed to win. Since he has infinite range daggers that span the entire horizontal width of the screen, you can literally just snipe this guy in the face until he dies. That guy's actually only vulnerable in his head, which is why it works out especially well as Grant. Now here is where we'd be able to get the second possible partner. Sypha Belnade. Sypha is a girl who dressed as a man because she wanted to hunt vampires. However, males were generally seen as the more dominant cultural figures. This is Sypha offering quote-unquote his experience in spells and sorcery, and as powerful as they can be. I'm going to stick with Grant. Sorry, buddy. See you around. Maybe you can reach track 2 sometime. Now, we board the ancient ghost ship. The music here is pretty calm, standard fare. This is the introduction of the zombie pirate enemies who walk around holding their heads. I find that a little amusing, really. It's a nice touch in the sprite art to have them walking around holding their disembodied heads. Now let's see if I can't get this guy with an axe. Yes. The ghost ship really showcases Grant's first shortcut. There was one of the items for Grant. Like I said, they're interspersed throughout the stages, like I mentioned back in the clock tower. Now here we have our first encounter with the ghost enemy. They pretty much randomly spawn as you're walking through a stage and you get to deal with them. Their spawn locations are set, however, they don't really have any rhyme or reason to how they move, they just follow you. The daggers are a bit weaker than, like, the whip. However, their range more than makes up for them. Jump and dodge that skeleton. Knock out the other one that likes to spawn. And here we get to have our first shortcut opportunity with Grant. Like I said, his jump, as you can see, I almost died there. His jumps you gotta be very careful with. But that lets me skip heading to the right there. Up we go. This game does surprisingly well with the number of moving platforms that it can have on screen. If I remember correctly, the old Castlevania started lagging around 1 or 2, really. Well, that's not saying this isn't old, it's just saying it's less old. Here's another Grant-specific item. It's very, very useful, actually. Just gotta be careful when getting it. It's another one-up. Except, yeah, I messed it up. If you get that jump just right, I mean just right, then you'll land on the very bottom block of that wall, which will then allow you to simply just climb back up and around. I'm still going to go for it because there's no net loss of a life there. I'm only going to gain a life, because if I die I can just go get it again. If I don't die, then I got the life. It's a win-win situation. Now that is what I mean. There we go. You gotta be very careful with the jump. And here we have the first boss of the ghost ship. Now, this is another boss that Grant just lets you nail on. You can't hit it directly from the head, so you kind of got to hit its tail. Or maybe you just can't hit it when its head turns to stone. I don't quite remember. Oh, either way, he's dead. Now we move on to the second half of the ghost ship. Another skipping going to the right shortcut. I think they did well with the background tiling in these areas. Now we've got the spinning, like, sails. Well, not sails, but like mast pieces, I don't know. I don't know what the exact term for them is. Birds, what fun. Gotta watch out, gotta watch out. No, 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 no! And that's why I hate birds. That's why I hate Castlevania birds. It's better to be on the stairs. If they hit you, then you're not gonna get knocked off, at least. Die, birdie. You suck eggs. Now here's another shortcut. It's similar to one you do in Castlevania 1, in which you could use a bat to go over a part of the stage that went down like that. And now here is the end of the ghost ship, with another boss that gets completely and utterly nerfed. In this we see the tape-throwing skeletons from the first Castlevania, which again can be just taken out simply by sitting with Grant on the right platform and chucking daggers. I'm not saying it's not cheap, but it's effective. Whenever you have a boss that has one of these little ghosts that appear above it, you'll have to fight at least more than one boss. And now we have a recurring boss from just the very last level, Cyclops. And he gets knocked down to size. Oh, I almost forgot. Now you have to be careful. He sends out one last desperation attack. And we're done with the ghost ship. I have a love-hate relationship with this next level. I really like the somber music, however, it's also, in many parts, rage-inducingly hard. Because you feel so many of those things, and it's also mostly upward travel, but unlike the previous upward travel we've been going through, it's mostly stairs, which makes it Grant much less effective. However, we still, unfortunately, are stuck with using him because of the certain parts there. You need his long-range daggers to take out faraway threats before they can reach you. Unfortunately, with stuck with mostly stairs travel, you don't get any of the advantages of Grant, and you get screwed over with things like that. I hate that spawn of that first one. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get hit, I'm gonna get hit, I'm gonna get hit, I'm gonna get hit. No, 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 no. Whew. That one too. That one's not nice. Up we go. As the angry video game nerd once said, indeed, the greatest enemy in this game is stairs. Whenever you see a long section with many stairs, you just know you're gonna dread it. Whew. Close one. Doesn't help that the bone skeletons like that do a lot of damage. Especially tons when you compare them to the Medusa heads, which are essentially the same enemy, just with a edited path and a med. Well, as you can see, this is why I have a love-hate relationship with this level. I'm gonna try and switch to him, Trevor, just to see how quickly I can take out the... Bone Pillar. Same amount of hits, so great, there's not even an advantage there. Well, I guess it makes sense that the Leather Whip would be weak, but I don't feel like chancing wasting hearts to get Trevor powered up. Now, what I think I am going to do is I think I'm going to switch to him here, however. Because since he can take more hits, and Grant's agility is pretty much nerfed as it is, this will allow me to get through this section a bit easier. Or at least without dying. Which is what matters. There we go. The longest whip. It's even easier. Stairs, stairs, stairs. Oh, I just love you. I mean, not like I have an undying hatred for you. I can be a bit passive-aggressive with my video games sometimes. Let's get upstairs before this next set comes through. Alright, that works. Now let's just take out the axe warrior with axes, ironically. And we get our chicken, get our life back up. I know it's supposed to be pork chops, but it's wall chicken to me. And now we get a different kind of upward portion, one of which we haven't seen yet. That's right, we've reached one of the game's infamous forced scrolling sections. The game scrolls as fast as it wants to, not as fast as you want it to. Better be careful, because some enemies will don't spawn on screen until they get dropped in by the scrolling. Like that, if you saw. So I gotta watch out. This is the first, and I think only set of 4 stairs in this section. Trying to make sure I get a fair amount of hearts. And yay, we get more golden flying sphere skeletons. Or shield skeletons, rather. They have, I know, the same kind of skeletons have spears in some of the Metroidvanias, which is why I got a little confused. And we've reached the halfway point, which is nice. Now from here on out, I'll be mostly using Trevor, because one specific reason. Without Trevor, the boss in this level is just absolutely feels like it's impossible. Alright, that's right, still got the whip leveled up, that's nice. Oh, actually, no. A little more Grant. Just for these last set of stairs. Here's much less of a problem, though. Because it's not any of those golden skeletons, it's just easily predictable dragon heads. Actually, no. That's right. Yeah. Just do that, therefore I don't have to worry about the stairs impeding my movement. The dragon heads do take a fair amount of hits with Grant's daggers, but it's better than getting hit. Castlevania on stairs is like an on-rails shooter that's just... it's just not fun. Knock him out. Birds, birds, I hate birds. Birds can die. I think I'll be cutting this episode after I kill this boss. Which, funnily enough, the same strategy to beat him is the same you was in original Castlevania. Frankenstein's monster. And how you beat him is just you just sit in front of him and wail on him and hope you kill him first. Which, luckily, I did. Well, that'll be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching and have a great day. See you next time.